When my daughter called me on New Year's Eve crying, I never expected to find out that my wife was cheating on me. She calls me the love of her life, the man she wants to grow old with. Turns out, she has room for two other men on the side. My name is Alex, and I've always been a pretty simple guy. I work hard, take care of my family, and never ask for much. I've been married to Emily for over 12 years, and for all those years, I have thought that I hit the jackpot. Beautiful, smart, funny, and charming. She had this way of making everyone fall in love with her, including me, especially me. People used to tell me I treated her like royalty. I put her on a pedestal. Friends said I was doing too much for her. And maybe I did. I used to brush those comments off, like they were just jealous. I cut ties with people she didn't like. I even argued with my parents when they said she was too demanding. When she argued with my friends, or made me choose between them and her, I always chose her because I thought that's what love was. You pick your partner every time, no questions asked. I've made sacrifices most men would never even consider, all for the woman I thought loved me the same way. That's what makes this situation almost unbearable. It's not just betrayal. It's betrayal by someone I literally moved mountains for. Other than my daughter, my wife was the best thing in my life, and I have no idea what I even did to deserve this from her. On New Year's Eve, I was working out of town on one of those last-minute deals that pay well. Emily knew. She wasn't thrilled, but she understood, or so I thought. She told me she was going to celebrate with her girlfriends, but promised to come home early to be with our daughter Lily, who's 10. I wanted to be home with my family too, but I could not afford to lose the deal. Lily told me it's okay, but made me promise to get her a gift. Emily asked me not to worry about them, and to focus on my meeting. She said that we would celebrate the new year the next day when everyone is together. I thought that was very sweet. I even ordered a surprise gift online to be delivered the next day. She mentioned some jewelry weeks ago. I wanted to see that smile on her face. I was counting the hours to get back to her and my lovely kid, but that night around 11:30, I got a call from Lily. She was crying. For a good second, I could not even understand what she was saying. I asked her to take a deep breath and tell me what was going on. She then said that mom isn't home and she is scared. I froze. I thought maybe Emily was on her way or stuck in traffic, but it didn't make sense for Lily to be alone. She also told me she's hurt and wants me home. She said mom wasn't even picking up her calls. I believed something had gone wrong. Emily would never do something like this, and I could not be home until the next day. So I calmed down and called my close friend May. She lives about 15 minutes away. I explained everything and begged her to go check on Lily. Without hesitation, she went. She found Lily scared, cold, and confused. May tucked her in, gave her food, and stayed with her through midnight. An angel, that woman. I'll never forget what she did. May told me what she learned from Lily. Apparently, Emily had left her with a neighbor's teenage daughter, some 17-year-old girl who was supposed to babysit for a few hours. Guess what? Emily took way too long, and that babysitter left too, probably off at a party or getting drunk somewhere. So now my kid, our kid, was alone on New Year's Eve, crying on the phone while her mother was God knows where. I knew that Emily was going to come home probably drunk, so I asked May not to confront her or even get seen by her. I asked her to quietly leave after Emily came in. I didn't want her to know that I found out about how careless she had been with her daughter. Around 2 a.m., Emily finally came home. May stayed hidden in the guest room. She wanted to see what Emily would do. Emily didn't even check on Lily. She just stumbled in, kicked off her heels, and collapsed on the couch like nothing had happened. May left after that, silent and disgusted. I told my daughter not to tell mom what happened. She agreed after I bribed her with gifts I was going to bring home. I didn't confront Emily right away. As much as I wanted to scream at her, I needed to know the full truth. I wanted to know what party was so important that she did this to our daughter. When I got home the next day, Emily smiled like nothing had happened. She said she missed me, kissed me, asked if I wanted breakfast. And I swear to you, I've never felt so sick in my life, but I smiled too. I pretended I didn't know anything from last night. I said I was tired from work. I told her I needed a shower and some sleep. I played along because now I needed answers. My daughter was happy to see me. I brought her all the gifts I had promised and more. After that, while Emily was outside watering the plants, I looked through her phone. I know some of you might think that's a breach of privacy, but considering everything that happened, I felt that I had a right to know what was so important. I didn't have to dig very far. Her phone was filled with conversations, messages, voice notes, and photos. Not from one man, from two. Yes, cheating on me with one guy was not enough. She had to cheat on me with two guys at once. Honestly, that is all I found out after 5 minutes on her phone. Maybe if I dig further, I'll find more guys she is sleeping with. One guy's name is Keith, the other Brandon. Both of them have families, wives, kids. And yet, there they were, sending my wife gifts, flirting, making plans, and sharing hotel bookings. One of them had even messaged her on New Year's Eve, asking if she was ready to leave her boring little life. She replied with a wink emoji, and soon, baby. I felt like my lungs had collapsed. I spent about 5 minutes looking through it, and I couldn't do it anymore. Before I looked into her phone, I was making excuses for her in my head. I told myself that my wife would never do anything like that. She would never leave our daughter in such a state without there being a good reason. I cannot tell you how much it hurts to know that she endangered our daughter to spend time on a date with an older, rich guy. Do you want to know the worst part? I still love her. Even now, I still look at her and remember the woman I thought she was. But I'm not going to let that love blind me anymore. She betrayed me. She abandoned our child. She gambled with our lives. And now she's lying to my face every day like it's nothing. I even asked her what she did that night, and she told me that she just had a lot to drink, so she came home early and slept. If I had made a mistake or done something to hurt her, she could have just told me. Or if she stopped loving me, she could have been honest. After everything I've done, I cannot believe she would do this to me and my daughter. I guess she has gotten tired of the life we live. Up until now, she has only seen my love, but I have had enough. I think it's time. She knows the consequences of playing with people's lives. But I don't know if I should just divorce her, confront her, or do something else. Please give me some advice. For now, I am taking some time, as I still can't believe this is happening to me. Catty Patty. Asterisk, I need to tell you something that you are not going to like, my man. Most of this is your mistake. First of all, how do you not realize if your woman is sleeping with two men? There had to be signs. Second, you showed too much love and gave her too much power. You never do that with a woman. They climb over your head and start acting like they run the world. If you had not done that, maybe your marriage would have survived. But that's a moot point now. I feel like you should talk to her and tell her that you are leaving her. And please don't forgive her if she starts begging. If that happens, I am going to lose it. Update 1: divorce is not an option because that's what she wants too. Hey, it's Alex again. It's been a week and I want to thank those of you who reached out or commented. Some of your words gave me the clarity I didn't know I needed. Others just reminded me how much of a fool I've been. I admit I should have noticed something. I should have been a bit more suspicious of her. But you have to understand, I loved her so much. I never felt any doubt. Just like I would never even think of cheating, I felt she never would either. But that was a mistake I am never going to make again. Since I posted, I haven't confronted Emily. She still doesn't know I found the messages. She still kisses me good morning. Still asks what I want for dinner. Still lies through her teeth like it's second nature. I thought about telling her I know the truth and breaking up everything. That was my main plan, as I did not want to spend a second more with her. But before that, I decided to get some proof. I knew if I just tried to leave her, she would lie through her teeth and probably even try to make me look like the bad guy. Last time I couldn't take any evidence due to the shock I experienced after finding out she was cheating. But now I had some time to process everything. So I took a look at her phone again. Honestly, I wish I could tell you. I just took the screenshots and got done with it. But I could not, because the more I looked into those messages, the worse it got. You already know she was cheating on me with two guys, Keith and Brandon. What I didn't know until now was that they're both loaded. I knew they were wealthier than I, but I had no idea how rich they actually were. I'm talking serious money, investment banking, and real estate mogul type rich. And Emily, well, she wasn't just having affairs, she was running a full campaign. She's been telling both of them different stories. With Keith, she's trapped in a loveless marriage to a man who doesn't see her anymore. With Brandon, she's the perfect housewife, stuck with a controlling husband who only cares about work and never listens to her dreams. In both cases, I am the problem. I cannot believe that even as a lie to another lover, she would ever say something like this about me. If she is not happy with this marriage, she could have just told me so. I have tried my best to give her everything and keep her very happy, but she did not even do the courtesy of telling me the truth. What hurt me the most was her telling one of the guys how I am a bad dad and she would really like Lily to have a real father. Yes, she dragged Lily into this mess, trying to use our daughter as some kind of emotional leverage with men who aren't even her family. That was the moment something inside me snapped. I kept everything as evidence, and I started tracking more than just her messages. I dug into her email, her private files, and old chats. The picture started getting clearer. She has been preparing to leave me for a while now. All she is waiting for is one of the guys to take her in. She's already got a divorce lawyer bookmarked. She's been searching for expensive apartments, ones I know she can't afford without their help. She was just waiting for one of those idiots to take the bait, to say yes to her and leave their families so that she could live the life she has always wanted without any responsibilities and a lot of money. I even found her notes. Yes, she's been documenting conversations, what she tells them, what she tells me. She's playing three different people, and I honestly don't think she sees us as human anymore, just pieces in her game. But here's the real kicker. Keith and Brandon know each other. Not only do they know each other, but they also hate each other. Rivals, business competitors. I don't know the full backstory, but from what I could find, they really dislike each other. They cannot even be in the same room together, and she's been keeping them both in the dark. So let's do the math. She's cheating on her husband, courting two married men, trying to leave her kid behind for a luxury lifestyle, lying to everyone, and gambling on one of them giving her what she wants before it all blows up. I should have walked the minute I saw those messages. But now, I don't just want to walk. I want her to lose. Lose everything she's built with her lies. Lose both of her rich puppets. Lose the chance to crawl back into this house like nothing happened. I'm not going to throw a fit. I'm not going to scream at her. I'm going to take my time. And when I move, she won't even see it coming. Right now, I'm collecting screenshots, recordings, patterns, dates. I'm building a story so tight it'll be impossible to deny. After I finish doing all that, I am going to make her regret messing with our lives. Update 2 things are going well for me. Can't say the same for Emily. Hey, Alex here. It's been over a week, and I have done something you guys are going to love. I tried to wait to get the results before I told you, but then I felt that it would be better this way. To those of you who messaged me or commented on my last update, thank you. Some of you reminded me that I don't have to take this lying down. Yeah, that I've been too kind for too long. And you're right. I'm done sitting in silence while Emily plays pretend at being a loving wife and doting mother. She thinks she's still got me wrapped around her little finger, that I'm clueless, that I'll be her safety net if both her rich boyfriends back out. I want her to keep thinking that I am her worst-case scenario, because that is going to make things so much worse for her. I'm not the man she married anymore. That guy died the night she left our daughter alone on New Year's Eve to go be with someone else. Now it's my turn. So here's what I did. I created 2 brand new email accounts under different names: discreet, untraceable, and clean. Then I wrote 2 separate emails. Each one is tailored for its audience. To Brandon, I attached screenshots of Emily's texts with Keith. The dinner photos, the flirtatious texts. She's telling Keith she's never felt this alive before and how she can't wait to build a life together. To Keith, I did the same. I sent him everything I had of her and Brandon. She's promising to leave me any day now, saying Brandon understands her better than anyone else ever has. After that, I left a small message for both of them. You might want to look into what your rival is doing with your girl. That was it. I didn't ask for a response. Didn't demand anything. I just planted the seeds and sat back. Honestly, I think this is the best plan I could come up with. It is absolutely brilliant. Emily has no clue what kind of bomb I have just dropped on her life. She's still playing house, still talking to both of them like she's the only woman in their universe. But the timer is ticking. It's only a matter of when one of them finds out and confronts her, or tries to talk to the other. And when they do, she'll never see it coming. They are going to turn on her like a bunch of hungry wolves. And they have every right to. She played them. Also, they kind of deserve it for cheating on their wives. They are the same as Emily. But I want her to suffer more than anyone else. See, this isn't just about exposing her. I want her entire illusion to collapse in on itself. So I'm not just relying on Keith and Brandon to storm in angry. I'm making sure that when they explode, their wives find out too. Everything I have done so far is just the first part of the plan. I don't think it's enough for the two guys to dump Emily and for me to just leave her. The next part goes even further. Listen to this. As soon as one or both of the guys find out and confront Emily, they are going to cut ties with her. Obviously, she is going to be furious at them. At that point, I am going to send both their wives all the proof I have collected of them cheating, labeling it as a gift from Emily for leaving her. And just like that, Emily's fantasy crumbles from all four corners at once. She won't just lose her lovers. She'll lose the protection they gave her, the security she was hoping to run to, the backup plans she was stacking in case this whole thing blew up. I'm not letting her walk away from this unscathed. She left our child alone. She dragged my name through the mud to paint herself as a victim. She made our marriage look like a prison. And now she's going to face the wreckage she created. The best part? I've already spoken to a lawyer. Custody is looking good. And once the truth is out, it'll look even better. For now, all I can do is wait. I will let you know what happens next. Update 3, hey, it's Alex. It's been a few weeks, and this is going to be my final update. I thought about waiting a bit longer, letting things cool off, letting the dust settle before coming back here. But honestly, I want you to hear this now while it's still fresh, while I'm still watching the smoke rise from everything she tried to build on a foundation of lies. She lost everything. And the best part, I didn't even have to lift a finger. Let me walk you through it. Everything started unraveling 3 days after I sent those anonymous emails. It was a quiet afternoon, and Emily was in the kitchen humming while making herself coffee, like she wasn't the human embodiment of betrayal. I was playing with Lily in the living room when her phone buzzed. Then it buzzed again and again. She opened it and froze. Then she went pale. Then she walked into the hallway and shut the door. It was clear from her reaction that my plan had worked. One of the two guys had found the proof and was probably furious with her through text. I didn't follow her. I didn't have to. I just watched her through the glass reflection on the oven door, pacing, whispering, and snapping. Her voice got louder and angrier. She looked like a cornered animal. I could almost feel her sweating, trying to come up with an excuse that could explain this level of betrayal. About 2 hours later, she stormed back in with mascara running down her face and rage in her eyes. She went to our bedroom and slammed the door shut. I stayed where I was, calm and collected, feeding my daughter grapes and quietly basking in the chaos I had created. We actually watched Frozen. She loves that movie. Later on, I asked what happened, and she told me it was her mom. She doesn't have a good relationship with her, so that was a good excuse to give me. I asked her what was going on. She told me she didn't want to talk about it. Once I confirmed that her two boyfriends were mad at her, I sent the care packages I had made for both their wives from Emily. Screenshots, timelines, messages, pictures, receipts, labeled in case you were wondering what your husband's New Year's plans looked like. Consider this a gift from Emily. What happened next was absolutely something. I don't know the full details, but from what I've pieced together, both Brandon and Keith were hit hard. One of them had their wife throw them out that night. The other, his wife posted every single one of Emily's messages online, called her a homewrecker in a Facebook post that went quite viral, and Emily, she got fired. Turns out Keith was the one who helped get her the marketing job she had been bragging about. His wife is apparently friends with the CEO. One call later, boom, gone. Blacklisted from the entire industry. No sugar daddies, no job, no respect. The only thing she had was me and Lily. She was probably hoping and praying that I wouldn't find out about all this before she could find a way to manipulate me. The day this fallout happened and she got fired, she came home ready to make up lies. But I'm done wasting my time on her. I directly gave her the divorce papers and she was quite shocked, but she did not give up. She tried telling me that all of this was a lie, that she was framed. I asked her to stop all this. I told her, I know the truth and I have known everything she has been doing behind my back for a while now. She told me that this wasn't possible. Then it slowly started clicking in her head. I could almost see the light bulb turn on. She realized what was happening and told me that I had done all this. I told her I hadn't. She did all of this to herself. She got really upset, but instead of screaming, she started crying. She told me she never wanted to go this far, but she couldn't stop. She never wanted to betray me or Lily, but something took over her. I asked her to save her acting and told her I was going through with the divorce. She tried to apologize and beg me to hear her out, but I told her I was done and asked her to leave. The worst part of all this has been explaining to Lily what is happening with her mom. My lawyer says the divorce is going to be smooth. I have full custody in the bag. With the evidence, the abandonment of Lily on New Year's Eve, and the sheer volume of proof of her affairs, the judge is going to laugh her out of the room if she even dares to fight. Emily came to see me a few days ago. She said she really misses me and Lily. I told her I wish she had actually loved us, or told me the truth when she fell out of love. I told her if she really cared about our daughter, she wouldn't have done any of this. She didn't have an answer. I just told her to leave and not show me her face. I told her that after the court gives me full custody, I will make sure that our daughter never sees her again. She will never know what kind of person her mother truly was. After that, she left. My daughter and I, we're doing fine. Better than fine, actually. The house feels clean again. Quiet in a good way. Just me and Lily. Pancakes in the morning, homework in the evening. Peace all around. She does miss Emily, but I will make sure I am enough for her. I have to be. I loved Emily more than I should have. But the truth is, I was loving a version of her that didn't exist. A fantasy I kept alive while she gutted our marriage behind my back. Now I've woken up and I'm not looking back. Thanks to all of you for reading, for the support, for the rage, the advice, the kindness. You helped me stay calm long enough to make sure this ended the way it should. Comments, Beyblade King. You did the right thing, OP. Obviously, this decision was very hard for you. I understand how much you loved your ex-wife and how it feels to not be able to explain to your kid where her mom went, but you have to push through it and be strong, because this is a better option than having someone like her in your family. I would rather stay alone than be with someone like her. Also, the two guys deserved what you did to them too. They were cheating on their wives as well. You not only got your revenge, but also helped other women get out of their toxic relationships. To me, it looks like the best decision you could have made.